Did you know that 70% of people experience traumatic events in their lives? And with it comes the burden of knocking down your confidence massively. Yet, many don't realize that rebuilding confidence is not just possible, but can lead to incredible personal growth. I managed to completely transform my shattered confidence into unshakable self-belief, and I'm sharing with you today how I did that. Building confidence after emotional trauma is something that I'm extremely passionate about, and it's an issue that affects so many people. I've seen it in my friends, my family members, and clients. It's like a dark cloud that follows you everywhere, making you question your self-worth and your abilities. But here is the thing. You don't have to let it define who you are. You can rise above it, and I'm living proof of that. I have experienced emotional trauma in my life, and it's not something that I will wish on my worst enemy. It was a feeling of being completely lost and broken, like I was walking through a never-ending storm without an umbrella. The trauma I experienced was the result of a toxic relationship that left me feeling worthless and helpless. I remember feeling like I was walking on eggshells, never knowing when the other person would lash out at me. It was a constant state of anxiety and fear, and it took a massive toll on my mental health. The trauma was so severe that it shattered my confidence into a million pieces. I felt like I was a shell of my former self, and I didn't know how to pick up the pieces. I remember feeling like I was in a deep, dark hole. I didn't know how to climb out of it. I felt I was all alone, like nobody understood me. Nobody understood what I was going through. But the worst part was the voice inside my own head that constantly told me that I was worthless and that I deserved what happened to me. It was a constant battle to keep that voice from consuming me, and it took every ounce of energy I had. At my lowest point, I realized that I had two choices. I could let this trauma define me, or I could take control of my life and start rebuilding. It wasn't an easy decision, but it was one that changed my life. When you have experienced trauma, it can leave behind a trail of emotional scars, making it difficult to regain your confidence. You start questioning your self-worth, second-guessing every decision you make, and doubting your abilities. It's like living in a constant state of fear and anxiety, where every step you take feels like a struggle. You start to believe that you are not good enough, that you are somehow broken, and that you will never be able to escape the emotional pain that's holding you back. These feelings of insecurity and self-doubt can be overwhelming, making it hard to get out of bed in the morning. You start to withdraw from social interactions, fearing rejection. I struggled with my self-confidence and feelings of inadequacy, low self-esteem, and a deep-seated fear of not being good enough. But I've also learned that it's possible to overcome these feelings and build a strong, resilient self. In my journey, I tried various coping mechanisms to deal with my emotions. I turned to journaling, meditation, and yoga to calm my mind and soothe my soul. I began to focus on my strengths rather than my weaknesses, and slowly I started to rebuild my confidence. But there was one pivotal moment when everything changed for me. I realized that I couldn't keep letting my past define me. I couldn't keep letting fear hold me back from living the life I truly wanted. It was a powerful realization, one that gave me the strength to start making changes and taking control of my life. This was the realization that self-love is the foundation for personal growth. Self-love was one powerful strategy that contributed significantly to my healing process. Self-love isn't just a trendy phrase. It's the secret weapon to unlocking your unstoppable confidence. And I'm here to show you how. When we talk about self-love, we are not talking about being narcissistic or selfish. We are talking about developing a genuine appreciation and respect for who you really are, flaws and all. Do you know the Japanese concept of kintsugi? Rather than trying to hide the damage, kintsugi highlights the repair. The imperfections are what make it beautiful and valuable. A broken piece of bow that is put back together has more of a story, seems more authentic and real, is strong and more resilient than something that has stayed pristine. You see, most of us are used to focusing on what's wrong with us, what we need to improve, and what we are not good enough at. But today, we are going to flip the script and dive into the world of self-love, where you will discover a sense of confidence, fulfillment that you never thought possible. Self-love is the foundation upon which all self-growth or personal growth is built. Without it, you will struggle to make meaningful progress in your life, and you will always feel like you are falling short. But with self-love, you will be unstoppable. So, self-love is like the gold that puts the broken bowl together. You will start to see yourself in a new light, and that's when the magic begins. So, if you are tired of living in self-doubt and want to unlock that confidence that's been hiding within you, then keep watching, because today we are going to dive deep into how to use self-love to build confidence and for personal growth. All right, let's get started. Before we dive into the exercises, I want you to make sure you have everything you need. For today's self-reflection exercises, you will need a journal just like this one, or if you don't have a journal, just get a notepad where you can write. And then you will need a pen. That's it. You don't need any fancy equipment or a PhD in psychology. Just a quiet space, an open mind, and a willingness to learn. An open mind is essential because we are going to challenge those deep-seated beliefs and patterns. You might feel uncomfortable at times, but trust me, it's worth it. This journey is all about growth, and growth requires some discomfort. You might be tempted to think, well, you have given me the 3 tools which I need. I'm going to go away and use them myself. But hold on. Knowing what tools you need is just a small fraction of it. Stick around and you won't regret it. Make sure you are sitting comfortable with your journal and a pen ready. Now, take a deep breath and let's get started. This isn't a one-size-fits-all approach, but rather it's a structured guide to help you develop a deep sense of self-love and confidence. The first step is to get to know yourself. This means scheduling regular self-reflection sessions where you will ask yourself some tough questions, like what you are grateful for, what you are proud of, and what you are still struggling with. Next, you will create a set of affirmations that are tailored to your specific needs and goals. These affirmations will become your daily mantras, helping you shift your focus from what's lacking to what you already have. Once you have your affirmations, it's time to create your daily self-care routine. This can be as simple as taking a 10-minute walk outside or practicing some gentle stretches in the morning. The key is to make a self-care a non-negotiable part of your daily routine. As you start to incorporate these practices into your daily life, you will start to notice a shift in your mindset. You'll start to see yourself in a more positive light, and your confidence will begin to soar. Now, let's take a closer look at each of these steps. I'm going to show you exactly how I go about my self-reflection and writing my affirmations. We'll start with this prompt. What are 5 qualities that you love about yourself, and how do they positively impact your life and your relationships? For the sake of this exercise, I'm going to type on my laptop because I don't think you will see what I've typed if I use my journal. So let's begin. I'm going to write the 5 qualities that I love about myself. So, I am a happy person. I am loving. I am kind. I am compassionate. And the last one, I'm a hard worker. So these are the qualities, and then you can continue and go to how do they positively impact your life and your relations. For me, I help others when they are needing help. I always go out of my way to make sure other people are okay. So I love those things, those qualities about myself. Next, I'm going to show you how I create my affirmations. I look at my reflection, which I was doing now with you, and then I create an affirmation that enhances this reflection. For instance, for my qualities, my affirmation will be, I celebrate the unique qualities within me that bring positivity and strength to my life and relationships. I am proud of who I am. I honor the love and light I share with others. So, in your journal, do a reflection on this prompt. What are 5 qualities that you love about yourself, and how do they positively impact your life and relationships? Take your time. You can pause this video so that you complete that. When you finish, create an affirmation just like I did that enhances what you wrote about your qualities. The aim is to build your confidence and self-esteem. As for my daily self-care routine, it's nothing fancy, but it's something that brings me joy and helps me to connect who I really am on a deeper level. Create yours the way you like it. It's okay. You'll notice that I'm not using any negative language or self-criticism. Instead, I'm focusing on what I want to achieve and how I want to feel. Now let's talk about maintaining consistency in your self-love practices. One of the biggest challenges you will face is remembering to practice self-love daily. Here is a tip. Schedule it in your calendar just as you would any other appointment. Treat it as a non-negotiable part of your daily routine. Another challenge you might face is negative self-talk. And here is the thing. Your mind is going to try and resist this new way of thinking. It's going to tell you that you are not good enough, that you are not worthy of love and respect. But the truth is, you are worthy and you are enough. Simply acknowledge the thought and gently shift your focus back to your affirmations. As you start to build your self-love practice, you will start to notice that your confidence is growing. You will start to take risks, pursue your passions, and live a more fulfilling life. But remember, self-love is a journey, not a destination. It takes time, effort, and patience, but the rewards are well worth it. So let's recap. The key step we've covered today, we talked about the importance of self-love, the materials you need to get started, the structured approach to mastering self-love, and some helpful tips for maintaining consistency. Self-love has the power to transform your life in ways you never thought possible. It's the secret to unlocking your unstoppable confidence. And I hope you have learned something valuable in this video. Looking back on my own journey, I have learned that self-love is essential, that it's okay to take care of myself and to prioritize my own needs. And I have learned that the healing process is possible, and that with time, patience, and perseverance, you can overcome even the toughest challenges. My hope is that by sharing my story, you'll be inspired to start your own self-love and healing. Remember, you are strong, capable, and deserving of love and respect from yourself most of all. Rebuilding confidence after emotional trauma takes time, effort, and patience, but is possible, and I'm living proof of that. Beginning with self-love opens up to transformation and personal growth. If you're struggling with rebuilding self-confidence, I recommend this video on overcoming self-doubt. It is a good starting point on the journey to rebuilding unshakable confidence. You can also download, there's a link in the description down there, this done for you journal prompts. It has got motivational quotes and scriptures. This is truly a game changer. Thanks for watching, and always shine on. You are worth it.